There was a time that people went to church, heard about their sins, heard the truth, had it preached to them. They wept over them. They felt bad. They wanted to better themselves. They wept over them. They didn't want to keep living in sin. They felt disgusted with their sin. Nowadays, you go to many of these churches, you hear a motivational speech. You feel good about living in sin. It doesn't even make you think about it. You don't want to better yourself. You don't want to grow in your faith hearing these motivational speeches. And listen, I'm not saying it's every single church either. There's still lots of great ones that preach truth. And there's still lots of great Christians that'll preach the truth to you too, me included. But here's the thing. And I was talking to a sister in Christ this morning actually about this subject. We have so sugar-coated the gospel. We want to water it down. We don't want to tell people truth. And you know what, guys? You see people lashing out on here because you speak truth. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, that's partially their blindness. But I'm going to tell you another thing. That's what happens when churches don't want to talk about the truth, when they don't want to preach it, when they just want to tickle everybody's ears, when they want to preach Joel Osteen-like sermons, And you say, well, a motivational speech helps me. Well, listen, I'm all for motivation, especially for God. I'm not saying never feel motivated. I'm not saying never give motivational speech. But here's the thing. There's a way to do that and still preach truth and still make people understand the gravity of their sin and everything else that may be getting in their way. And we wonder why, this world is going to crap. Why our house, God's house, the White House is so full of corruption. It's unreal, guys. Don't ever be afraid to speak truth. Speak it with love. Don't be mean and hateful. Speak it with love, but do not sugarcoat. I hear it all the time, this sugar and spice gospel. Yes, there's things in the gospel that offend you, because you know what happens? It makes you want to better yourself. Yes, there's things in the gospel that comfort you too, that Jesus reminded us of. But that's not all what the entire Bible is. Some things are meant to be abrasive too. Love yous. You have a blessed night.